Why the rich pretend to be poor, and why you should too. Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome back to the channel 1% Progress Every Day. First of all, I wish you happiness, health, success, and prosperity in your life. Picture this. You see a guy walking through the airport. Flip-flops, a beat-up backpack, baseball cap, sitting in economy class. He looks just like a broke college kid, right? But here's the twist. This guy owns 3 companies, has millions in the bank, and plenty of assets you don't see. And yet he still chooses to live like he's on a budget. Why? It's not because he doesn't have money. It's because looking poor is actually part of the wealth strategy. In this video, we're going to break down why the rich pretend to be poor, the rise of quiet luxury, the hidden camouflage behind it, the trap of the Diderot Effect, and most importantly, why this mindset can help you succeed too. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share with you 5 practical steps to buy freedom instead of chasing appearances. Let's dive in. Part 1. Why the rich pretend to be poor. When most people think of being rich, they imagine supercars, yachts, designer suits, golden watches, and diamond chains like in a rap video. And yes, some celebrities really do live that way. But if you look closer at many of the world's wealthiest, you'll notice something very different. They look like people who have nothing left to prove. The legendary investor who still lives in the same house for decades. The tech founder who wears the same plain t-shirt every day to save decision-making energy. The billionaire retailer who chooses to fly economy and drive a normal car because he hates waste. They're not poor, they're playing defense. Defense from attention. Less showing off means fewer lawsuits, fewer scammers, fewer headaches. Defense from envy. The less you flaunt, the less people target you. Defense for focus. No wasted energy performing the role of the rich guy. And most importantly, defense of freedom. When you show off, you lose control. When you stay simple, you keep your peace and independence. Part 2. Quiet luxury versus loud broke. This way of living is called stealth wealth or quiet luxury. The rich can buy anything, but they choose not to perform. If they buy expensive items, it's for quality and experience, not for the giant logo across the chest. On the other hand, most of the loud spending actually comes from people who aren't truly wealthy yet. Why? Because they're still climbing the ladder. They're afraid of being overlooked. They crave recognition. So they borrow money, swipe the credit card, lease luxury cars, buy designer bags, all just to look like they've made it. The result? Shiny on the outside, empty bank account on the inside. That's what we call loud broke. Meanwhile, quiet wealth says, I don't need you to know I'm winning. Part 3. Pretending to be poor as camouflage. Living simply is like wearing an invisible cloak. No flex, no target. In negotiations, walk in with a Rolex and a designer suit, and the other side assumes you can pay more. But dress simply, and the game shifts back to real value. In society, flashing wealth online attracts fake friends, junk opportunities, and trouble. Stay low-key, and you attract people who care about competence, not your logo. For safety, post your address or flaunt your assets, and you're an easy mark for criminals. The smart rich stay hidden and sleep better. For freedom, fame can turn life into a golden cage. You're rich, but you can't go anywhere. Quiet wealth means you can still move around like a normal person. Camouflage isn't cowardice, it's strategy. Part 4. The Diderot Effect, Lifestyle Creep, and the Hedonic Treadmill. This is the sweet trap that many people fall into, the Diderot Effect. Here's the story. In the 18th century, French philosopher Denis Diderot was gifted a beautiful red robe, but once he wore it, everything else in his home suddenly looked shabby. So he started upgrading. A new chair, a new desk, a new rug, all just to match the robe. In the end, he spent far more than the value of the original gift. That's the chain reaction. One upgrade pulls the next and then another. Now add what we call lifestyle creep. Today you treat yourself to a $30 dinner because you deserve it. Tomorrow, $50 feels like the new normal. Soon, that higher price point doesn't feel special. It just feels standard. This is the hedonic treadmill. Running harder, spending more, but the happiness never lasts. The way truly wealthy people avoid this trap is simple. They keep their baseline lifestyle modest and funnel the surplus into assets that generate returns. It's not about extreme deprivation. It's about deliberately holding back on the outside so that the inside can grow. Part 5. Why you should do this too. This strategy isn't just for billionaires. In fact, it works even better when you're not rich yet. 1. Stronger negotiation leverage. People underestimate you, which makes it easier to land a good deal. 2. Fewer headaches. Fewer people asking to borrow money, fewer fake friends, fewer scams. 3. Peace of mind. No pressure to keep up appearances, no exhausting race to impress. 4. Built-in discipline. With a fixed baseline lifestyle, every extra dollar naturally flows into investments, skills, and systems. 5. Buying freedom. The truly rich don't buy material things. They buy the ability to say no. Pretending to be poor isn't about living miserably. It's about living intentionally. Part 6, the 5-step low-key plan. Here's a simple system you can start this week. L. Limit visible lifestyle. Set a cap for flashy spending, cars, watches, clothes, and stick to it. O. Own a simple uniform. A few clean, well-fitted basics you can wear comfortably every day. W. Win back surplus. The money you don't spend to show off, automatically reroute it into investments. K. Keep privacy high. Don't broadcast purchases, bonuses, or income. Instead, share projects, ideas, and value. E. Earn status by substance. Real success comes from competence, discipline, and reputation, not logos. Y. Yearly audit. Once a year, ask, what did I upgrade that I didn't actually need? Cut it and redirect that money back to assets. Part 7. When you should flex. It's not that you should hide all the time. In certain industries, luxury sales, art, entertainment, outward signals are part of the business. But here's the difference. Signal in context to build credibility, not to cover insecurity. Part 8. The Say-Day Stealth Wealth Challenge. Day 1. Set a cap for your flashy lifestyle. Choose a simple uniform. Cancel one vanity expense. Redirect that money straight into investments. Write down 3 polite ways to say no when pressured to spend. Day 5. Spot a Diderot Effect item in your home and cut it out. Day 6. Invest in a new skill with the money you saved. Day 7. Audit your social media and delete unnecessary flexing. After just 1 week, you'll feel different, calmer, wealthier, and more in control. In a world where everyone wants to look rich, the real power is not needing to look rich at all. Quiet wealth doesn't mean poverty. It means directed wealth, putting your money into freedom, not into other people's opinions. The rich pretend to be poor, not because they lack options, but because they want to keep their options. So next time you see someone in flip-flops with an old backpack, looking broke, take a closer look. They might not be poor, they might just be smart. If you want to discover more financial secrets the rich never talk about, make sure to hit subscribe right now. Here, we don't just talk about money. We talk about freedom, mindset, and how to play the game of life by the rules of the winners. Why the rich hate liabilities but love assets. Do you know what truly separates the rich from everyone else? It's how they see the difference between assets and liabilities. Most people spend money on liabilities, things that constantly pull money out of their pockets. The rich, on the other hand, buy assets, things that quietly put money back in, even while they're sleeping. Think about it. A brand new car, the moment you drive it off the lot, it loses thousands of dollars. Liability. A $3,000 designer bag looks great on Instagram, but it doesn't send you a check each month. Liability. A $20,000 wedding party just to impress people you barely know, fun for one night, bills for years. Liability. Here's the hard truth. Many people think they own these things, but really, these things end up owning them. They're chained to loans, credit card debt, and financial stress. The rich hate liabilities because they know every dollar spent on a liability is a dollar that can't be invested. Instead, they love assets because assets are money machines. Warren Buffett once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." Assets are exactly that. A $200,000 rental property bringing in $1,500 a month. A portfolio of dividend stocks paying you every quarter. A small business that generates profit even when the owner isn't present. Even a new skill that raises your earning power. That's an asset too. The difference is clear. Liabilities quietly make you poorer. Assets quietly make you richer. That's why the rich always ask before buying, does this put money into my pocket or take money out? If it's a liability, they walk away. If it's an asset, they double down. Meanwhile, the middle class often asks, if I buy this, will people think I've made it? And that's how they end up with car loans, credit card debt, and the endless pressure of keeping up appearances. So here's your challenge. Next time you pull out your card, pause for just 1 second and ask, is this an asset or a liability? If it's not helping your money grow, maybe you don't need it. The wealthy understand a simple truth. Keeping money is hard, but making money multiply is the only path to lasting freedom. That's why they love assets and avoid liabilities like the plague. At the end of the day, poor people buy to impress. Rich people buy to invest. Poor people spend to look free. Rich people spend to actually be free. If you want to break out of the cycle of work, spend, debt, start falling in love with assets. Make your money work for you instead of working your whole life for money. A story to remember. Let me leave you with a story. Long ago, in a small village, two men were hired to carry water from the river to the village every day. Each bucket they brought in, they got paid. The first man was strong and hardworking. Every day he carried 10 trips. At the end of the day, he was exhausted, but the money came in steadily. He said, "Work more, earn more. That's enough." The second man was also hardworking, but he thought differently. He still carried water, but he used part of his time and money to start building a pipeline from the river to the village. People laughed at him. "Are you crazy? You're wasting energy digging instead of carrying water for money?" He just smiled and kept digging, day after day. A year later, the pipeline was finished. Water flowed into the village non-stop. The second man no longer had to carry water. The water flowed, and so did the money. The first man, still carrying buckets. His hair had turned gray, his shoulders sore, but he was stuck in the same cycle. We're the same way. Some people sell their time and labor every day just to get by. Others use their time and money to build systems that pay them forever. Which one will you choose? To work your whole life just to survive, or to pause and build something that allows you to live without working forever? The poor work to live. The wise live off what they've already built. So, my friend, are you carrying buckets, or are you building pipelines? Closing, thank you for watching Why the Rich Pretend to Be Poor, and why you should too. I wish you health, peace, happiness, success, and prosperity. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our newest content. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.